I've long admired President Truman, and his accomplishments will long be remembered. He's more widely remembered for his service as president, but also as United States Senator, as we know. He described the time he spent in the U.S. Senate as the happiest 10 years of his life. And there are times when it's a little tough, but I think I understand what he means. It is a rewarding time. About 10 years ago, I had the privilege of moving in to the offices he occupied as a senator in the Russell Building. As a matter of fact, my office now encompasses the first office he had and the second office he had. We have doubled the size of our staffs and the size of the office space. And I do have his desk on the Senate floor. So there's a lot about it, but don't worry about my sanity. I don't try to channel him or anything like that, but it is a great honor and a high privilege to be able to occupy the same places that a great president occupied while serving the state of Missouri in the U.S. Senate. Now, one time, one of the things that I first remember, I met him 1950. He came through Mexico, Missouri on a whistle-stop campaign. He spoke from the back of a railroad car. He was campaigning for Emory Allison, and I think I was in the 6th grade. And the school kids went down, and I got to stand about 30 or 40 feet from him, and I got to see the president at the time. You may well remember Emory Allison lost to Thomas Hennings, but hey, it was a big day in my life. I didn't know the difference between Emory Allison and Thomas Hennings. Then, but earlier, we had a very close connection with him, because when President Truman invited Winston Churchill to Westminster College in Fulton, to where Sir Winston gave his famous Iron Curtain speech, the president of Westminster asked my grandfather to be the private sector host for Mr. Churchill, and they had all kinds of preparations, and one of my prized possessions is a picture of my grandfather standing between Harry Truman and Winston Churchill. And it's always a thrill when somebody said, "Who's that guy in the middle?" I said, "Hey, that's my grandfather." So and that's really a treasure. And that picture still hangs in my office, in the Truman office.